Hey, Brian from SnakeBytes here. This week's show is going to be all about the 3 reasons that we love working with reptiles. You're watching SnakeBytes. I've told the story before, but one of my first memories as a kid, believe it or not, was when I was 2 years old and my mom took me to the Belle Isle Aquarium here in Detroit, and I saw a ball python. It was my first snake, and I can remember that snake like it was yesterday. It's pretty amazing that ball pythons have become such a big part of my life. There's so many reasons why I'm just fascinated with snakes, all stemming from when I was a young child. But I guess the first thing that always amazed me was things like the fact that they could smell with their tongue and that they could eat and move without any arms or legs. Ever since I've been working with snakes, one of the things that's really drawn me to them is their individual personalities. Not just the fact that individual species act different, but even the same species can be extremely different. Take, for instance, this Woma Python. Typically, they're really tame, but for some reason, this guy is just really aggressive. And as you can see, it's just trying to, oh, it's got me good too. It's got me right in the finger. And as you can see, it's just convinced that it's gonna eat me. And now it's constricting my other arm. I tell you what, it's really not that bad, but it does pack a pretty good punch. And this guy is always this way. It's just a really grumpy animal. But again, most Woma Pythons like this one here is just super tame. You never have to worry about an animal like this biting you. As you can see, it can be right up on my face even, and it's not gonna make any attempt to bite me, whereas this guy is just convinced it's gonna eat me. I think I might be a little bit too big of a meal for it though. What do you guys think?
What is Chewy's real first name? Is it A, Bill, B, Richard, or C, John? Answer with a comment and keep watching to see if you're right.
When I started getting into collecting snakes, the one thing that really truly amazed me was the different colors that so many different animals had. Even one type of snake, like a corn snake, can be extremely polymorphic. Things like these blood red corns, or they're called diffuse corns now, or even things like these black motley corns, which happen to be kind of a darker color but still have some amazing contrast. I mean, I just love not only the fact that these are gray and black, but also the motley pattern, which is really cool. And speaking of motleys and corn snakes too, the lavender motleys are just absolutely amazing because you see all the pinks and lavenders that come out of these animals. It's just so incredible that it can be one animal, and probably the animal that really caught my eye when I was first starting to keep snakes were candy cane corn snakes. There weren't nearly the amount of mutations that there are now, and they were just amazingly beautiful snakes. Again, incredible contrast with the red or orange with that really bright white animal. I tell you what, the colors of these snakes are absolutely amazing, and they've always fascinated me. Another thing that really drew me into working with snakes was breeding them for the genetic side of it, or making really cool paint jobs. Even things that were just starting out with the super forms like this ivory, which is a super yellow belly. In the beginning, it was super exciting to be able to take something that looked relatively normal, breed it to something else, and produce an all-white snake. Or a super gene like this super lorry ball that was a real surprise for us here. This guy was just, again, 2 relatively normal-looking snakes. We bred them together and popped out super lorries. But the real fun started coming when we started being able to combine multiple genes together. Things like this crystal spider. I mean, it's just really cool to have a Mojave, special, and spider together. And these are allelic animals, so it's not like you can breed these to normals and produce more of them. It takes a few generations. So it's really exciting when you start to get into animals that take a lot of work, and then you get the final outcome, something like this crystal spider. On the same ilk, you have stuff like this pastel super stripe, which is just a beautiful animal. And again, this is a Spectre yellow belly pastel. I tell you, I couldn't have imagined an animal this beautiful when I was looking at those base morphs. And then when you start getting into really more complex animals like 4-bangers or even more, like this kingspin yellow belly, it gets really exciting. Now your odds get really long, and that drew me in a little bit too. It's that gambling thing. You get 4 eggs and you've got a 1 in 16 shot. Are you gonna hit the odds? It's just super exciting, and there's so many cool mutations like that. It just goes on forever, and until the day I die, I'll never produce my last mutation.
What I like about snakes is they're cool, they're quiet, you don't gotta worry about them making a lot of noise, and they're very low maintenance. Not stupid.
There's something that's really cool too about handling snakes. I just always thought they were really awesome animals, and in particular things like these mid-sized animals like boa constrictors or this sunglow boa. It's just really cool to have them crawling through your hand or around your neck or whatever it might be. I'm not exactly sure what it is about it, but ever since the first time that I touched a snake, I just thought they were super cool. And again, I just can't get enough of messing with these guys.
You know what I like about snakes is the story goes, when they were being created, they were standing in line and God ran out of arms and legs, so they gave them 2 Can you believe it? 2 The snake chicks are so satisfied. What could be better to a female snake than 2
I've always been really obsessed with snakes, but what really threw it over the edge is when I hatched my very first corn snakes when I was 16 years old. From that time on, I was absolutely blown away, and I've got to share something really cool with you guys. That's right, these are the first reticulated pythons that I've ever produced. This is a little lavender albino, and we have some tiger albinos in here too. I'm just so excited. I can't believe I've been working with big snakes since I was 15 years old, and this is the very first reticulated python that I've ever hatched out. I tell you what, it's times like this that keep me hooked so bad on snakes.
The reason I like snakes is anything without arms and legs that can be this efficient, live in most environments in the world, deserves our respect.
The challenge of learning these amazing animals is another reason that I absolutely love snakes. I think that breeding these animals is the ultimate challenge when it comes to learning what they're all about. Take for instance these rhino rat snakes. I was having a heck of a time breeding them, and I noticed that for a few years the females spent almost all their time in their water dish. But then when we decided to remove the water for a few days and breed them during that period, the males were able to breed them and we were getting good clutches. So it's interesting that after 24 years of dedicating my life to reptiles, I'm still learning each and every day. I also think it's amazing how long these animals have been on the earth. I think it might be that prehistoric thing that really drew me in when I was a kid. I think that most reptile people were fascinated with dinosaurs. I certainly know I was, and an animal like Baby here is really like owning a little dinosaur, or in her case, maybe not so little. Which brings me to my point that I wonder if a lot of reptile people, including myself, like keeping that little bit of fringe animal, maybe a little risque, something that most people don't do. Well guys, did you really think I was only gonna have 3 reasons for loving reptiles? I could probably go on for days about it, but it's just something that's in my blood that I'll never get out.
Listen, you two, straighten up right now. We've already lost 5 jobs this week, and it's only Monday afternoon. Come on, we need this.
Okay.
So George, where the hell are these guys?
They're coming in right now.
Hello. Hello.
Hello! Hello!
Get in here.
Hi there, we're your new herpetomologist. We're here to do some good herpetomology for you. We're the best
good
workers
workers.
you've ever had.
Let's look around.
George, show these guys the ropes.
Ropes? I thought we were taking care of snakes.
Shut up, knucklehead.
All right, all right.
All right, guys, all these snakes need to be cleaned today. We're gonna be watching you, so don't screw it up. Here you go.
Here, take this.
Hey, what are you trying to do?
Hey, give me that. Oh, you think that's funny, wise guy? You, move this snake.
Okay.
Come here. You think that's funny? Come here. Get to work. Get to work. Get to work.
Hey, what was that for? I wasn't doing anything.
Exactly. Now get to work. You go get that water hose.
Certainly.
Give me this hose.
Okay.
Now go over there and clean that snake cage.
Certainly.
Hey, Larry.
Yeah, Mo.
Why, yada.
You idiot, what are you doing?
I'm an idiot. You're an idiot.
Hey, you too.
Hey, get back to work. I'm tired of this. We can't lose this job.
All right, knuckleheads. We need to shape up, or we're gonna lose this job. Now get rid of this water.
You heard the man, Knucklehead. Get rid of this water.
Oh, okay. You guys are the worst workers we ever had here. Get out of here, 3 morons! You guys are excited. Get out of here. Never come here again. Never work here again. You guys are slow. I'm fired. All 3 of you guys are fired.
Seeing as Sam is out sick with the flu this week, it's a great opportunity to get you guys involved with the question of the week. Go ahead and comment down below a really cool question that we might want to use in the future, or even better yet, make a short video and we'll pick the best one and insert it into next week's show. So go ahead and comment, or better yet, video a response down below. So there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It's pretty obvious that there's more than 3 reasons why you should love reptiles. Make sure to check out some of the comments of the week coming up next, and follow us over on Facebook and Twitter at SnakeBytesTV. Until next week, this has been Snake Bites.
What is Chewy's real first name? If you guessed C, you were right. If you got it wrong, maybe you should watch some older episodes.